Hey, welcome back. It is Thirsty Thursday on Liquid Lunch. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. And you know, every single week we bring in a range of guests. All right, but on Thursday, it's one of my favorite days of the week because we do the Metropolitan Magazine Report. And on Man About Town, Metropolitan Magazine and 25A editor, Chase Backer is here every week with some unbelievable guests and a little bit of what's going on out there in the town in New York City and around the world. Hey, Chase, what's happening, buddy? How are you today?
Hey, John. How are you? Thanks for having us here again. Thank you. Yeah, everything is great. We have been around town, and we have with us today Consuelo Vanderbilt Costin, and she's the 7th generation descendant of the famous and iconic railroad.
I mean, that could be interesting.
Railroad tycoon Milius Vanderbilt. And hi, how are you? It's good to see you again. Say hello to everybody. You know, we've been together and we've known, yes, we've known each other for a long time. She's also been on many magazine covers, and she's a musician. She plays guitar. She sings and she dances, and she has some hits in the past, and now she has a new venture that she's doing with Soho Muse, right? So let us know, what is Soho Muse for everyone out there that wants to know? What is Soho Muse?
Well, Chase, thank you so much always for your support and just being amazing and the Chase that you are. So Soho Muse we call the LinkedIn for Creatives. It's a membership-based site for all 11 verticals. If you're a dancer, a musician, a writer, an actor, it's connecting the greatest talent all in one place. It's a trusted environment. So I believe in the philosophy from being a musician that if you are putting together a music video and looking for your DP, your hairstylist, your makeup artist, you want to be able to do that through a vetted community. So we help to showcase our talent, give them an incredible platform to curate and inspire them to collaborate, and then we help on the distribution. So we are just about to launch, which is very exciting, I'm here today, our 3D screening room with one of our members who are award-winning producer and director talent of their new film, which is just about to come out. And so we have a big launch coming out February 7th, pre-Oscars in LA.
Wow, that's
Yes.
awesome. And you travel a lot, and you've done some work across the seas and abroad. And so fill us in on your past history as far as being a singer and a dancer. And also you play guitar, I remember.
Hey, I did at our cover party.
Yes.
How fun was that?
That's right. You were on a magazine cover party for 25A. I think that was like 6 or 7 years ago,
Absolutely
right?
not. Who mentions time?
2 years ago.
That
Okay, sorry. Is that you? There you go.
There I am.
Gorgeous, right? Awesome.
So yeah, I've had the wonderful gift. I was, signed to Sanctuary Records, and my last single went to #5 in the U.S., which is amazing. And I have just had an incredible kind of world of meeting amazing creatives, working with directors, working with musicians, and being with dancers. So it's really been, and that's, I guess, what's been important about finding this need and void in the marketplace to really connect talent. And so, yeah, that's why Soho Muse was really birthed.
Who are members of Soho Muse, and how can they get involved in this wonderful organization that you've started?
So if you go to www.sohomuse, that's SOHOMUSE.com, and you can request an invitation, and we have a whole vetting process to make sure that we really identify with our members so we know exactly who is on the site. So from fashion designers to musicians, we welcome the greatest talent.
Awesome. You're so bubbly. I love having conversations with you. We've been talking for many years. Mr. John Tobacco probably has a couple of questions for you because you're such an iconic person.
No question about that. I'm sitting here champing at the bit because I want to get involved in this.
Yes.
On Wednesdays, Consuelo, we have Women Wednesdays. And that doesn't mean women are prohibited other days of the week, but we try to really load up on the women's perspective. Women in business, women in politics, women in the arts, women in philanthropy, all kinds of different things. More often than not, the women's point of view is better than most of the men we have on the show.
That's very evolved for you to say.
But, well, it's true. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. You know what I mean? We, the men seem to have got the brawn where we have to go out and collect the stuff, and the women got the brains and the perspective to make sure that we stay on track. And that's my view. My mother's, one of my idols. She's a pretty powerful woman, so she's a philanthropist also. She's the founder of the World of Women, which is a
Wow.
women's health organization. But I want to ask you, not so much about Soho Muse, but in the years past, it was much more difficult for women to get taken seriously in business. You come from this, great, legendary lineage in the Vanderbilt family. So you probably had a little bit of a leg up on other people, but you still got to stand on your own 2 feet, which you've done. You think the climate is getting better these days for women to have more opportunities to step forward and seize leadership roles?
So thank you for saying that. It was very important for me, actually, as an artist, to always use my name, Consuelo Costin, and I didn't use the Vanderbilt name. I wanted to be known and appreciated for my work, and that it would be standalone by itself. In my entrepreneurial endeavors and transitioning kind of from artist to business, it actually, sometimes, of course, it's been incredibly beneficial, and I'm so grateful for the family and the lineage that I have, but it can also be a hindrance as well because there's expectations. I think that we are in right now in a moment in time where women are being taken more seriously and that we have more opportunities. I just think that there's so much more of the conversation and there's so much more to do. Women have a fear, just to say, is talking about money, going in for the ask. Like, I need this and this is what I want. It's very hard.
Most of the women I know have no fear about asking for money. So I haven't sensed that anxiety. I got 2 daughters, Victoria and Ava, 21 and 18. They don't have any fear or anxiety about asking for money.
Maybe you've taught them differently, but I will say there's definitely,
I know, I'm joking around with Consuelo, but my kids are so great that they know they can ask me for anything because they deserve way more than whatever I give them.
Sure.
So they're, hardworking, great students and all that great stuff. So they deserve what they get. I'm joking.
But it's giving them the skills, I think, to actually allow women to feel more confident and comfortable into being part of the ask, okay? Because men have no issue about that. You have no fear and no noise about it. Women kind of were bred to have that because it's like, oh, I want to be delicate and I don't want to do, right? So I think we're in the stage right now where it's actually the force and the fire behind us.
You don't remind me, from my first impressions here, that you're trying to be delicate all the time in your business endeavors. You're probably pretty shrewd when you get in there. And I'm sure as much as you try to, the Vanderbilt name may be a hindrance, and I can understand that because I know some wealthy, famous name folks who everyone goes in thinking, oh, I'm going to get tons of money, or I'm going to get this, or I'm going to get that. So it kind of sets you back going in. I get that. But somewhere in there, you probably learned from some of the greatest tycoons in your family on how to ask.
Well, there's one thing I know about Consuelo. She is a hard worker, and she's out there working. She does the shows for the Fashion Week that's coming up. She sings, she dances, and she has a whole staff behind her. So this is an amazing person. She has a great heart.
How cool is that? You got your own hall.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I often comment on some of our guests, and when they have wicked great outfits. You may not be able to see it, but she's got some wicked pants on and some wicked accessories with this bracelet right here.
Thank you.
That is a good looking. Yeah, I mean that's a good looking outfit. You can't
stylish.
see behind the desk. And Maureen Callahan from the New York Post is the only one I've ever complimented on such a wicked outfit. So you're in amazing company.
Well, you're going to be around Fashion Week, right?
I will be, and so we're actually going to London Fashion Week. So maybe I can come back and see you afterwards and tell you all about it.
I would love if you come back and see me sometime.
Okay.
We got to have you on a Woman Wednesday one of these days and be part of our flagship franchise.
I'm there. I would be honored.
We do it every week. Chase Backer comes in. He brings us the best of the best. And although it's not Women Wednesday, you're hearing all you need to know about women in business and women being empowered these days. And like Consuelo said, don't be afraid to ask. You're just as good as the men. And we're going to ask you to stay right there. Even better, she says.
No, I don't mean that. We love men. Sorry.
We're going to have you back. If we're going to have you back, you can't blow up my clothes.
Okay,
you know what
sorry.
I'm saying?
I did.
We're going to have to get a little rhythm going.
I took his
here.
closing. All right, okay.
You're great. You're great for sticking with us through hour 2. We're breezing right through it, but don't go anywhere. Some quick commercials here. We're coming back after this with John Cummings, candidate for the 14th Congressional District here in New York.